Hello, everyone. My name is Kiki Strange, and I would like to welcome you to Diamonds and Gems to our first ever show, Closet Dressing Room. The purpose of the dressing room is to give you a perspective in the industry with professionals, innovators, creatives, and so much more. And so, Closet is was inspired and brought to life by Melinda, and we're taking it to the next level by connecting and dropping knowledge from people in the industry. So it's all about giving the brands a chance to show their story and tell, what their journey was about. And it also includes you. Today, I'm so excited to kick off our first show with a brand coming out of Singapore, PURNAMA. Please give them a virtual clap for PURNAMA. And we're joined today with Ray and Charles. Hello, can everybody hear us? Let us know in the chat.
We're good.
All right, awesome. All right. So thank you for joining us. We're excited about having you on. And today I just want to start off talking about, the name Purnama. Like it's beautiful, but like what does it mean for those who doesn't know about it?
I think I'll take this one to save my partner's embarrassment of having to opine on the beauty of her own name. I think once you hear her speak, and I know you know her personally, speaking with her, she's quite a Westerner, an American, really. But she has roots, family still in Indonesia. Our partner's in Indonesia, and she was born in Indonesia. So her middle name is Indah Purnama. So Indah means beautiful, and Purnama means full moon. So just for the sake of not being excessive, we thought Purnama would be a good choice. And so it's not only beautiful sounding, we think, but it had a perfect one-to-one match with why we even started the company. It was to really shine a light on the circumstances in our rural impact communities, the underserved communities, and shine a light where we just thought there was darkness on this issue. A lot of news being focused on, I guess, urban issues, or so much information out there just begging for your attention. So that's really why we started it, focusing on education. So
Thank
full
you.
moon.
Yes. And that goes along with what you're talking about with sustainability, like the full moon, the full cycle of everything, which is awesome. So it goes hand in hand with what you represent. And Purnama uses upcycle solutions to also give skilled workers in education opportunities to the community. How did this journey begin? Like, how did this power couple in front of us come up with this inspirational idea?
I think it's best we both kind of tell the story, but I guess I can start it out. Back in Texas, our home state, all through education and into our first forays into corporate life, we'd always been focused on education. So if I was going to pick a term, like if you said, give one word about why your company, or it would be education. So you were on the board of Literacy Austin, with the Asia Chamber of Commerce, working with some literacy programs. So we felt very comfortable in that range. When we moved to Singapore 13 years ago, we immediately started looking for ways to just become involved in the community here, because we'd always been involved in the community at home. And so it just started off quite easily. We asked her mom, who lives in Jakarta, Indonesia, to choose a child that really wanted education but maybe couldn't afford family or whatever other situation. And so it started off with one child, and we started by directly funding the education of that child. So it was a charitable, from us. And then it became two, and then three, and then we expanded. We met a partner in Nepal that had an orphanage, and we added another few more. And we started thinking, if we really want to scale this, is this truly? And we always had in mind an idea for a business or something to be sustainable, truly sustainable. So we're thinking, is this really sustainable to serve a community with an income that was outside of their own, it's a foreign source income, a donation. We really wanted to build skills and employment and self-sustainability within these communities. So we started looking around for a way to form a business around this. They could outlast us. I mean, what if something happened with us? We moved or something unfortunate. I mean, we wanted this to last beyond us. And so we've been traveling, taking advantage of Singapore, local to so many Southeast Asian locales to go to. We just noticed that there were beautiful, really high quality, you could call some ethnic, definitely traditional, handmade, artisanal crafts. And we really enjoyed learning all the, seeing the different ones in different communities. And we thought there would be a real market to design for a global or a Western audience using these traditional methods and materials. And so that's really what started the idea of PURNAMA, is to be able to use those proceeds not only to build sustainability within the community, but to use it to fund our what became our what we call Fight for Education, which is our direct payment for the education of children. So that's our education outreach program. Do you want to talk about how we moved? So we had another value. We want. I'll start this work. We had another value. So as we grew, we had another value we wanted to start pushing. So we'd already worked with our artisans there in Nepal to work on always taking the best environmentally preferred natural dyes, organic cotton, hand loom, traditional methods, all handmade, hand dyed. We wanted to push that envelope of sustainability further by starting to work with actually upcycled materials. And so that's what spurred our next line, which is a Java Upcycle Solutions, working with artisans in Central Java, Indonesia. And I can let the designer follow up on how we made this choice.
Yeah, I think before we go there, I think it's when you asked about how do we provide this upskilling and education, it's really keeping the traditional methods, keeping that intact while we can design for the urban folks. I think that's one thing is really keeping that traditional methods, as well as not opting for unsustainable mass production is really the key for us. Hi, Kiki.
Did you catch us? That can hear nothing.
Yes. Okay, so thank you so much. So now we'll talk about the design aspect of it. Is Sita online with us?
Oh, Sita's on with us, is she?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
She got invited.
Okay.
That's our product lead in Indonesia, in our partnerships manager.
Let's see.
I'm not sure she is.
Sita, are you able to come online with us?
I know we've shared some of our network on the link, so you might have some contacts from people who's joining in.
Okay.
I think her intention is to join as a viewer.
Okay.
I don't think
no problem. What I'll do is I'll actually share the screen
Okay.
and show some of our products that we have on our Mercari that we have available as well through KLAZET, and show some of those products for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Great.
No, she said Sita. Sita's good.
All right, so here we have one of your items here, the Herald
Card.
messenger bag.
Yep. Yes, it's leather-like. It's not leather.
Hmm.
We are PETA certified. So.
We're vegan certified by PETA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's great about this
You want
is
to talk about the
Yeah.
design or how that came about? So as we mentioned, we
Yeah, I think if I can, while you're showing that, this design is definitely took some time to put together, because one of the things that we look at is the materials. Gold tire inner tube for the material, so we need to make sure in terms of weight when people can, at the same time the quality, it has to kind of get, especially someone who's rough like me, kind of push this around and him. So we did a lot of stress tests on it, and new materials has to be, yes, the canvas that you see on the handles and the inside, what kind of lining you use. Some of our materials also using, not particularly this bag, but our materials also use, our products that is, use repurposed army tents.
parachute as well,
some
repurposed
yeah.
army or military parachutes.
It took a while to come with the right design, and why the pocket is shaped that way. In order to have it more secure, if you're in urban, you're in New York, you're in California, in LA, you're biking and crossing on your bag and on your back, and you can see the latch there. The latch is actually crisscross, so it's not a back that goes left and right only. And the purpose of that is really to secure it when you're riding your bike, bicycle for us, messenger bag. So, and we look at in terms of the post-production as well. So how much do you use in terms of tire, that you make sure that you use the most of material to make this product. So it went through a lot of, I would say, the whole design process is obviously exciting, but at the same time, you kind of have to go through trials and errors. It's like, is the handle too long? Someone short like me, when I'm holding it, being unisex, is it going to drag on the floor? For someone so tall, does it look really funny? And especially adjustable strap. So we look at all those little things that for us it matters, and hopefully that matters for our customers. Got good feedback on
and like Ray said, it's not just about the design process. The whole time we're working with our artisans as we're working at these designs to zero waste is a really, it's a nonsense term, but we are pretty close. We work as hard as we can on a weight as near zero waste as possible. We try to use every little part, the way that we design, the way to cut out the materials. So that's always in mind, along with the utility for the customer, the high quality for the customer. We're also making sure that we meet our message for the customer, that is the least wasteful way we can make it, and it's all the environmental preferred choices along the way that we can, and of course we stick to our traditions. It's hand cut and in a workshop. We have literally, it's a workshop of artisans.
Yeah, obviously when we say hand cut and handmade, of course it has to be stitches that have to be used.
There's a sewing machine,
but it is being done that way.
Yeah, but hand cut, actually. Hand cut.
And there's some more of your items here.
Showing on the necklace and the bracelet. Those are completely cut by hand with a sharp razor.
Like an
Yeah.
X-Acto
It's like,
tool.
yeah. So it is very much that way. And when you see those pieces, the rounds that's from that random oak on her necklace there, that you would think like, what happened to the piece that's being cut? Is that going to waste? No. So what the team does in Indonesia is they put it in one bucket, right? These are kind of excess. And from that excess, if I were to make an earring, I have an earring on that just kind of falls simple. But if I want to make an earring that is circle and circle, just 3 little circles, really small, being put together with simple drop earrings like that, then we'll use that material that is being excess, previously known as excess. So we do what we can to come into that zero waste. So other than the fact that we design it, when we design it, it's not just for me only, but how do we use the materials that we have today? Are we creating new waste, or are we going to make sure this is going to last longer? And that goes into the quality of it as well.
Plus, it's personally my favorite thing about these things being hand cut from these upcycled materials is every piece is unique. It's not machine cut or stamped. It has each artisan's slight take on it. You'll never have 2 pieces that are exactly the same. And of course, each cut of the material may have some unique markings from the source material, the tire, which just makes it really, for me, I like that.
Yeah, and this is the leaf feather, but it looks like animal feather, but it's leaf feather. This is all by hand, completely by hand. It's just amazing. It's an idea that I'm drawing, and when you're drawing this, you have to make sure that would the artisan understand how it should fall, right? So I actually have a inner tube at my place, so for me to kind of cut it. And at times the artisans would say, "Oh, it's not leather; it won't fall that way." And I would say it would. If you just kind of cut it a certain way, it would fall a certain way. Just test it, and they would test it, and it falls. So, and it kind of waves like feather on your ears. So.
Thank you so much. And that's what makes your product unique, is that it's handmade. And like you said, it's every piece is unique to someone. So it's like, it's made just for you. And I also wanted to talk about you being featured in a sustainability book. Can you let us know about that so we can be on the lookout for it?
Yeah. We actually have the book next to us right now. This is not at all promoting about, it's just how this community kind of just connect, right? How we get connected with you. So 2 years ago, we got connected with Vera, who is the owner of the book Sustainable Fashion, and I believe she's the owner of Wear Me Fashion. Yeah. So
Prague.
Yeah, in Prague. So her mission and her passion is all about sustainable design and education. So it kind of just falls under who we are. It just aligns. So she had this idea of writing a book and on sustainable fashion and educating people out there about choices they make to be more socially
in design for the industry as well.
Yeah.
It's not just consumers.
So again, it's we're not trying to promote this book. It's just that we went through. She had several interviews with us. I would say multiple interviews, and it's about our design process and about our values in sustainable design, our whole value chain in terms of supply chain in sourcing the products. Where do we source the products? How do we make it? How do we work with our artisans? Looking at all those
all the way to logistics, like how do we plan our shipping to have a smaller carbon footprint?
Yeah, so
the whole chain.
Yeah, so very much in that sense, and I think she also looked at product quality, definitely. And what she came up with is this book, and I just want to add something in here that I wrote about a quote that she has there. It's basically about this book. It's all the necessary information, not just for consumers, but also for retailers, fashion designers, those who's trying to study fashion into that to be more sustainably conscious. So to me, I really like the fact that she's giving this book for those who's trying to learn about to be more sustainably conscious. And for me, I read it and I learned a lot on it. How do we include more information on different product types? I think those are things that I didn't know it exists. So those are things that we, at least for myself, that I learned about it a lot more. So,
I mean, it's, you hear sustainability as a buzzword over and over. I guess in the area of design, especially with fashion, it's still a lot of open territory. So it's pretty exciting. I think there's a lot of room for exciting innovation.
Yes, definitely. There's always room for innovators to come into this territory because we all can, pitch and bring something together. And like even us partnering up here and just talking about the subject can help somebody else spark interest in this as well. And speaking of that, what are some ways that people can support PURNAMA or your future goals?
You know, I think, I mean, I would just go back to our values. Really, I think we just want to be able to be aware of the impact of, let's say, just the very small decisions they make throughout the day, or throughout your lives, but even just day to day. I think a lot of times just becoming aware of why am I choosing this product, or why am I doing this particular thing this way, or whatever. I think the important one in skilled people is to always remain open to the opportunities to do better. And not just for the environment. I hope I made that point clear, but we also believe people are part of the natural environment. So we want to always have a mind of being not just eco-friendly, but socially responsible as well. So we just hope that our story, not only the journey of a slow fashion brand, but the story of a great community of people, our artisans, our impact communities, the people we call the PURNAMA family, how we're able to make a positive impact. And I guess we hope that could be inspirational. We also hope we could just bring some joy to people who just enjoy identifying with our fashion style and our story and our brand. We have some bamboo straws that people really enjoyed the fact that we put on there eco warrior, to kind of be part of the movement and just be proud. It's a good conversation piece. So even on a very trivial level, I mean, as a fashion piece, it's a conversation starter. So we enjoy that fact as well. So I guess when it comes down to it, just the most important thing is really to give our customers a very happy product that they can enjoy for many years to come, and thereby slow fashion, right?
Seasonless.
Exactly.
Timeless. Hopefully it will last for a while.
I believe so. And just to wrap it up, I love quotes because I feel like they really can spark inspiration, not only just with yourself, with others. Do y'all have like a favorite quote that you stand by or something that resonates with you?
Well, personally, I'm a quote freak, so I gotta really relax on this one. Minnie or Oscar Wilde are fairly inappropriate here. I would say I hate to be self-serving, but it just sticks with me, and it's also something I can remember. So I don't have a great memory to be able to give you a poem here. So it's pretty simple. And partner here was interviewed. I can't remember a local media company, and she was interviewed some years back, asking what simple message would she like to convey.
So it's really not a quote; it's just the message, right?
Well, I mean, you said it, so it's your quote. So, and she simply said, "Doing good is easy," and I thought that was just, for her to choose that, it was just perfect because one of our big messages is to take, we just don't feel like people should take the whole burden, get stressed out and try to take the burden of all the world's problems and sustainability on your back at once and try perfect. It's about those day-to-day choices and becoming aware of your impact, of the impact of your community, opportunities to be doing better. And so she's trying to say, it's not this hard thing to get started. And one of our partners, I totally have their permission to borrow this from them. They call it little green steps. And so you can just start with little green steps. And so I think that was her point, of saying doing good is easy. Don't get overwhelmed by trying to change the world all at once. So I pick her. That's my quote.
Well, that's perfect.
You have one? Yes.
What was that? I'm sorry. Well, that was perfect. Yeah, one of my quotes that I love, I also love quotes, is Maya Angelou, of course. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. And I feel like, as we live, we have to pass on what we learn to others. And, it's all about community work, wealth, and like coming together and actually helping each other out. Not just being so selfish, like, no, this is mine. I can't, make it, if you take part of this too, but you actually can gain more by working together. And I hope that other people treat people with kindness and just, accept people and just work with people and grow. We can get so much accomplished by just, that just basically helping each other. So I really live by that. And let's see, since we don't have any questions, is there anything else? What was that? So since I don't see any questions, I want everybody to make sure that when you see the video, make sure that you drop your comments in, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you think about. You also can reach PURNAMA on their IG at PURNAMA Outreach. And I really just want to thank you all for joining us today and spreading your message today with us. So I just want to thank you, Ray and Charles.
Thank you so much for having us on your first dressing room. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you everyone for joining us today. And please continue to support PURNAMA on their journey. You can follow them on their IG at PURNAMA Outreach. You can also shop PURNAMA through KLAZET as well as on PURNAMA's website. But remember to stay tuned to who we have coming up next on KLAZET, The Dressing Room, by subscribing to our channel. You also can follow us on our IG at _KLAZET_. And remember to tell your stories and to help others be kind. And thank you, Diamonds and Gems, for tuning in. I'll see you next time, and I'll keep the dressing room open for you. Bye.